prized on the market.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
can I tell you what this actually is?
Sure, before we even start the show. That's good.
This is a K Dorsey 52 rebadged as a 54. It's very rare. It's a very rare incorrect badging. It's like, when they print, on a stamp, they print the head upside down.
Ooh, I got head upside down once. That was wonderful.
So this, I wonder if you can see it. Very, very rare.
I can
very,
if I do this.
Very rare. It's a 52, but incorrectly badged as a 54.
So why would you smoke that then? That's probably worth something down the road.
It's worth dried leaves.
Oh, here we go. Okay.
No, I actually agree. I mean, you guys are wasting so much of time smoking dried leaf and all that.
Oh my God. Here we go. Here we go. I'm going to smoke just so we start before the show. My usual CAO Brazilian Amazon. I was going to try to pick up a Camacho, but I've literally just got home.
How many dollars are you going to burn right now?
For me, $5.
Do you guys know Dr. Do you guys know Dr. Zeus, or Dr. Zeus as it should be pronounced? Do you guys know Dr. Zeus?
Sure.
Have you ever heard of green eggs and ham?
Mm-hmm.
This is tobacco leaves are a scam.
I agree with you. I totally agree with you today.
That's the new book I'm writing.
Wait. Usman, are you not smoking again today? Is that why you're agreeing? Because usually when you're smoking a cigar, I don't actually hear you agree.
I have been under the weather for the last 5 days and I'm on antibiotics. So unfortunately, yes, I'm not smoking today.
There's a good light up. There's a good light up. Can you see? It's the eye of the tiger.
Yes, sir. You can see that. Oh, yes. Well, you can't go wrong with the CEO of Brasilia.
I tried to get a Camacho on Riz's recommendation, but I was in Washington State. And before we continue that story.
This is 2OF Entertainment.
The Habanos Cigars Dinner and Drink Show, exclusively on 2OF Entertainment, with over 100,000 YouTube subscribers and rapidly growing to be the most watched and podcast cigar show broadcast globally. The Habanos Cigars Dinner and Drink Show, exclusively on 2OF Entertainment.
All right. Now, what I was saying is in Washington State, I said I had some free time. I was in Seattle. I said, I'm going to go smoke a cigar. I'm going to try the Camacho cigar, as our friend said I should. So I call a cigar place and I said, hey, when I buy a cigar, can I smoke it in your establishment? And they went, no smoking allowed in the establishment. I was like, then why the hell would I come buy a cigar? So,
and that very conveniently dovetails into the topic for today, which we're going to get into, which is basically cigar sampling lounges. That is the topic. I thought that we would have a little bit of a thing on, what we like, what we don't like, what they're meant to be about,
Can we just clarify for the rest of the world and for the people? It's only limited to people who live in the United Kingdom, who do not have the liberty of the free world of going into actual cigar lounges, that they have to go into places called sampling lounges. We live in the part of the world where we can smoke anywhere and we have actual cigar lounges. So just so that there is a clarity, today you want to talk about the sampling lounges.
Then that topic's over.
That was good. Thanks for killing the show. That was awesome. Well,
that was like what? That's like Usman 1, Raza 0. Go on. That was like a knockout round, Raza.
What is the next topic you suggest?
Yeah, really. Thanks for slowing up the show.
Well, the next topic
fucking it up completely.
Yeah, the next topic can be sampling lounges in the United Kingdom.
Do you actually, as the resident cigar sommelier, do you want to explain the difference between a sampling lounge and a cigar lounge? Do you want to explain that?
Yeah, I knew it was coming. I knew I had like brought in and presented my head to be slaughtered for this one.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. So a cigar lounge is a place where people can go buy cigars, smoke them, and all that. But because of the regulation, I mean, it's practically anywhere. I mean, especially on this side of the world, in Pakistan and even in the Middle East countries, practically pretty much you can smoke anywhere. But cigar lounges are the places where you can buy, you can sit down, have a cigar, have a drink or two, and all of that stuff. Given the fact that United Kingdom, they are very strong, and they feel
Thank you.
very, very,
Thank you. Thank
they're
you.
very
Thank you.
yeah, they feel very, very much touched
Thank you.
and
Thank you.
sensitive about anything and everything.
Ah,
uh, hence hence tobacco and tobacco products are kind of a concern per se. So there is a regulation which forbids indoor smoking. And in terms of the places which are called as cigar lounges in London, primarily if they are cigar shops as well, they do not have a cigar lounge. It is technically a sampling lounge. So you go, you buy a cigar from that establishment, and you can sample it there, and then you can leave. So you can either go buy those cigars and leave the place, or you can buy and sample those. You cannot take your own cigars and smoke at that place, and hence it's termed as a sampling lounge. I believe London has certain private cigar clubs or cigar lounges where you can take your own cigars and smoke, but for those you have to have a membership,
thank you.
and that's how it works.
And
My
listen, before you go on, I just want to remind you that you forgot to tell all your fans that you're on live.
Oh yes, sir. My bad.
I'm just saying, as you drone on about why Rista can't smoke cigars at a chemist.
Oh, I've saved him that shit. No,
Yes.
I was
So yeah, let's get the link out to the fans. So
Oh,
anyway,
yeah.
this is what happens. He's not on antibiotics. It's ever since the wedding. You know what I'm saying?
Uh, everything but Viagra is fine with me.
Viagra, yeah. As long as you make the show, you're not on Viagra. That's what we tell everybody. So you're
Yes,
good.
sir.
So Rizzy, you are the champion of cigar lounges and sampling, because you're every other day I'm reposting your stuff.
Well, I didn't quite hear what you said. Could you say it one more time?
I said there's a loser in
All I
London.
heard was champion.
Yeah. I said there's a loser in London that goes to a lot of cigar places. No, you, my friend, you go to a lot of cigar sampling. So tell us, like, when you go, what the difference is. Like, when you go to Tom Tom or Number 9 or whatever, what's the difference? Is
Number
those
9.
samplings,
So what you
or
look at number 9? You took an average of number 6 and number 10 there, or
right, listen,
semi-average.
it's an upside down 6. I'm close. But if you go to Number 6 Cavendish, or you go to Tom Tom, or you go wherever, so are they samplings, or are those places where you
The
buy, like,
fact that you said wherever,
yeah?
in your vernacular, those are the two that you like. Those are the two that you hear about. Everything else is wherever.
You know why? Because those are the two that you're always at. Those are the two that you go repost this, repost this, repost this.
Actually, let me give you a little bit of a refresh.
Please.
This topic, which actually I suggested before we came onto the show, lounges, sampling lounges,
All right.
cigar lounges, cigar terraces, is a little bit at the forefront of my mind these days. Because during this year in London,
Yes.
I've seen 1, 2, 3, well, at least 3 new entrants into the marketplace.
Okay.
I've seen at least 3. Now, viewers of this show, and you, Stephen, and Usman, and a few of our very good friends know where we all generally like to smoke. When it comes to me, I have my favorites. They're not just my favorites because they're great cigar sampling lounges. They're my favorites because the people there I've become very good friends with. I have a lot of respect for. I have a lot of time with. They're highly educated and learned about the product of dried leaves.
Okay.
Okay, and to sit around with them is not only an educational experience, it's a fun experience. But anyway, so places, so let me say specifically, I go very specifically to Tom Tom Cigars in Belgravia. I go to Number 6 Cavendish, which is sort of just off Oxford Street in the Marylebone area. I love those places. In the last year, Um, I've tried 3. By the way, the reason I keep touching the phone is there's no end of messages flying in, as I have to keep canceling these WhatsApp messages. Okay, so in
Now,
the
but
last year,
why is there no end of messages? Are you popular
I
today?
don't know. It's because people want to
He's
agitate
famous.
me
I
and
mean,
annoy me.
he's trying to tell you that he's famous. I mean, we already
Oh.
know that. Why do you
Oh,
have to rub it in?
I'm not trying. I'm not trying. I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
Kudos to
Okay.
you, sir. Kudos to you.
I say, given the red velvet background that you have on this, I must have some sort of operatic performance, some sort of
Oh, you want David to change it to blue,
performance-orientated.
right? You want David to
Oh
change
yes.
it to a blue
Oh yes.
background now? You
I
want
want
blue?
him to turn it to blue in reference to the Partagas Linea Maestro range. I want blue
Oh.
velvet in the background. I want a little bit of a change. If
I'm
I
going to
can
tell
have it.
David that we need a
If
blue
David
velvet
would
curtain
kindly
for next week.
oblige.
Okay.
Right, because then I want to talk about that Linea Maestro series in the next program, the series of 3 cigars, the Rito, the Origin, and the Maestro. There's something I thought we would talk about. So, as you can see, I'm giving a slightly more structured.
Sure? Are you sure you want to do that?
I'm sure I want to do that
Okay, and you sure you're gonna do that from where?
from my heart, from
Yeah,
my heart to your heart.
you understood the question.
I
So
understood the question. In fact, to Priya, okay. Why don't we have green velvet?
thank you very much.
Why not
Wait,
green velvet?
I'm supposed to get a
But she
cigar
did
with
not wear
green.
green
I haven't
velvet. She
gotten it
wore
yet.
blue velvet.
I'm supposed to get a cigar with a green band on it at some point, but I
Yeah,
haven't
well,
seen it yet.
Usman.
Yes, sir. You should be getting that very soon, most likely within
Okay.
the next 1 week.
Okay.
Okay. Can I come to the point?
If you would.
Before I forget, 3 lounges, terraces, sampling rooms, and they're all different. The first one that opened up in March was at the private members club, Langen's Brasserie, and it's called Upstairs at Langen's. And they opened a really nice outdoor terrace, which is sort of it's weatherproof because there's this moving tarpaulin that covers it up. It's heated. It's beautiful. I've posted several stories from there. Stephen has seen them. Usman, of course, you've seen them. So that is a private members club. For the meanwhile, you can take your own cigars there and smoke them. They have a very nice humidor. It's not the world's biggest humidor, but if you're stuck without a cigar, you got a pretty decent range of cigars that are supplied by Hunters and Frank out there, and they're kept in really nice conditions. You can have your drinks out there on the terrace. You can smoke your cigar. And I found when I go there, other than specific cigar events, most people go on that terrace to smoke cigarettes and vape.
Disgusting.
I'm the only person, or my guests are the only people smoking cigars. But
They should be banned after this.
Yeah.
But it has the benefit it has, apart from the fact that it's a private a cigar terrace, is that you can have your own kind of private moment. So if you've got a couple of guests, 2 or 3 guests, you'll marinate in cigars. And what's very, very nice to see, and I've seen this I've seen this all the time in different contexts. People who are not smoking cigars have a smile on their face. They see you're marinating in this beautiful dead leaf smoke. Dead leaves from Cuba. And they're not completely dead because a little few oils are left in there, but they like to see men smoking dead leaves.
Because that's a man's thing. It's a manly
It's a
man.
man's thing. And it's sort of like a nice faint connection to an old world feeling. It's sort of like I can pretend to be from a different time.
My
So
friend,
that's one really
you don't
nice
have to. You don't have to pretend. So yeah.
yeah. So that's number one. That's number one
Okay.
that opened in March. Then slightly more recently in the summer, and I would guess Usman might correct me, maybe a couple of months ago, I went to another lounge. Now, not lounge. So this feels like a little bit of a hybrid. It's a very smart and a zippy part of London, Mayfair. It's a beautiful cigar sampling lounge. Let me be technical. It's a cigar sampling lounge with a beautiful humidor that's done by a guy that's made a name for himself in London, Massimo, who runs this Italian furniture company, De Art. and he's made a name for himself because all the best lounges in London, cigar terraces, lounges, whatever you want, if they've got a humidor, if they've got wood, he's the one who's designed it and had it done. So I went to this place called Fumar in Shepherd's Market in Mayfair. It's sort of on 2 levels, ground level and basement level. I mean, detailed to the nth level, solid silver ashtrays, bespoke, well, not bespoke, Calibri lighters that are in the color keeping of the interior design. The interior design was done by this Spanish lady, specifically an interior designer who's added a little bit of a slightly feminine touch to it, which translates for me as a modern working of sort of an Agatha Christie murder mystery movie set on a train. Because if you go downstairs, you've got these sliding doors that, you know, for private venues. Nice. And private rooms, and very, I mean, really, a stunning job. The word is stunning. Right. A stunning job. They've done a stunning job, right? Okay, beautiful humidor again. And all the lounges I'm going to mention, all the places I'm going to mention, I've posted about them. I've got stories of them. And if you want to see these places, you can go on my highlights and you'll find all those stories on there, if not my reels. So that was the second one. And then the third one I went to yesterday, which opened to the public yesterday. It's been open maybe for a year. It's been functional for a year privately. Sorry, let me have a puff.
Hey, Lisman, really quick, your friend Abdullah wants to know, and just keep this in mind, tell us about 114 KCS. So I'm assuming we'll talk about that after the lounges.
If I'm not wrong, Raza's next word is going to come to 14114.
Oh, okay, there you go. Look at me, Abdullah. I'm helping you out. Okay, Reza. So
well, before I was so rudely interrupted.
Oh, here we go.
We sincerely apologize. We sincerely apologize, Your Highness, for being rudely interrupted.
Sorry, Princess. Princess, forgive us. Forgive us.
Well, very, very timely question. That's where I was last night. I was at 114 Kensington Cigar Shop. Kensington Cigar Shop is a it's not a large place. It's a small tobacconist, a cigar shop in Kensington, on Kensington Church Street. A lot of people are mistaking this for Kensington High Street. It's not Kensington High Street. Kensington Church Street, which runs at a perpendicular off Kensington High Street towards Notting Hill. In fact, the place I went to is very, very close to Notting Hill, in fact, more than anything else. And so maybe 5 or 6 doors down from the cigar shop is a private members lounge. And from the front, if you look at it from the front, it's very understated, dark green, very understated. You would not know what it is. If you didn't know what it was, you would not know what it is. You would in fact think it's some sort of shop going through some redevelopment. They've got a beautiful freight box in the display, and that freight box is actually the freight box for the Louis XIII cognac box that it resides inside the lounge.
Oh, wow.
Beautiful bottle, absolutely beautiful bottle. I think it's a 6-liter bottle.
Wow.
Of Louis XIII, if I'm not mistaken, and we're talking 120,000 pound bottle. There, Baccarat Crystal. Anyway, that's just to give you, in fact, to those who know, that just gives you a little bit of a hint as to what you're about to get at this place. And again, this is a cigar sampling lounge with its own bespoke humidor. I'm blown away. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. The reason why I like it, apart from the fact the finishings and the discretion is so good, is that when you go through the front door, you are faced with the red velvet curtains that you have hanging in the backdrop here.
Oh, wow.
And when you go through the red velvet curtains, it's a little bit of an experience. It's like an unboxing. You know, you order a present, and the unboxing is part of the fun. And so what you see when you go into this lounge, before you go into the lounge, you see this very clean-cut shop, but you really don't know. If you don't know, you don't know.
Right.
You could walk past it, you wouldn't have a clue.
Gotcha.
Press the button. You have to say the secret phrase.
Sure.
I can announce what the secret phrase is here.
Yes, please.
The secret phrase is, I'm here to see my psychiatrist, Dr. Habanos.
I love it. If that's really the secret phrase, I love it.
And,
So,
and what I found is by saying that into the microphone that I had a smiling face welcome me straight away. This must be some complete lunatic that's coming into this cigar lounge.
all right.
Oh, they didn't see your face before that?
Wow.
They saw my face, but when they
And they
heard
did
the
not know that
words,
there was a
they
lunatic
knew
walking
that there
in?
was something amiss in London. Right, okay? So, secret phrase is, I'm here for my psychiatrist, Dr. Habanos.
Very nice.
Right.
And then you saw your psychiatrist. Hey, I
And
know
then
everybody always makes fun of
and then I went
New
down
World.
for some therapy.
There you go.
Oh
Very good.
wow!
I've got
See,
some.
this is an amazing ash. CEO has never amazed. I mean, like has never failed to amaze me.
I know. It's great smoke.
Having said that, the K Dorsey wearing the K Dorsey 52 wearing
It's a
the
52 with a 54 badge on it.
54 with a 54 band. See,
Sorry.
he
Hang
lied. That is exactly why it happened. He's dropped the ash.
It's very unusual. This cigar is worth about £6 million, almost the
Yeah.
same as a Cohiba. It's a 52 with a
Trust
54.
me.
Very, very
me.
unusual. If anyone wants to get hold of the 52s with the 54, I know a man who knows a man who'll get them, but you'll have to pay a premium.
The only thing is, right now, somebody
It's not me,
is
but I know a man who knows a man.
turning in their grave over this government.
Who?
Well,
Who's
now
turning over their graves?
Turning in the grave for this government.
Who?
Somebody who created that brand.
Well, they did a sterling job. This 52 that tastes like a 54, which comes in a 54 band, is outstanding.
I totally understand, Raza, how you feel, but just for the fans who are watching and who would watch it later,
yes.
please do not believe what Raza is saying. Habanos makes very, very, very interesting and very, very mysterious kind of mistakes, but this isn't the one.
I just thought
Okay.
I would pep up the story a little bit because we're all obsessed with the Emperor's New Clothes and the fact that these cigars are worth so much fucking money. Yeah, it's all nonsense. It's all fucking crap. I am just building up the story so that we have a more pleasurable smoking experience. If you actually thought this was a 52 in a 54 band, you would enjoy it even more.
Why don't you just get this,
I would
which is a 60? It's a 60, and it's by 6.
I know, but that's made with shit leaves. These are Cuban leaves.
These leaves are made with virgins. Virgins make this. So, well, that's interesting. So let me ask you this. So when you go to these places and you go to the secret clubs and push your buttons and smoke your stogies, if I'm a normal person and I'm in London, can I go to any of these places, or do I have to become a member? Or is it like the old casino days where you had to be a member, you had to sign up, and 48 hours later you became a member, or how is that?
Well, Stephen, I like the hypothesis of if you are a normal person, you're not a normal person.
I know that. I'm just saying normal people.
You're a super normal person. You're a super normal person, and there you go. There you go. At least some of us bothered to put on threads.
Clothing. Yeah. No. Yeah. Some of us are wearing suit jackets, or if we like to call them tuxedos.
So a formal Cuban attire.
Yes.
Stand up. Let's have a look. Let's have a look.
You have pants on today, at least.
The pockets.
All right. Let's look. Okay, I'll go.
You could say no. But I want to see the shirts. I want to see the pockets lower down because I think I don't have one of these. I would love to have one of these.
Well. If you would, now in that case, if you would have bothered taking your flight that was supposed to be taken like 8 weeks ago, you would have had one by now.
Yeah.
There was a little bit of a news embargo. There was a little bit of a news embargo on that for a specific reason that Usman knows, but he's winding up my key a little bit. But now that doesn't exist, now to hell with it all.
We shall see. We shall see to this. All talk, no action. I'm not bothered. I'm not buying this.
Is he supposed to be in his Basel on the next day?
Do you guys think?
He was supposed to be in the Islamic Republic of Pakistan some 8 weeks ago, which he decided not to come. So what can I
got it. Sure.
I feel the love.
It's love. And Abdul goes, do you guys think? Well, Abdul,
Yes,
that's kind of a broad question. That's a broad question. We need you to kind of be a little more specific.
Usman, do you think?
Sometimes, yes, I do. But what are we talking about?
I like that. I like Abdul's an open question. Like, by the way, do you guys think? I gotta
Now,
go.
let me answer. Let me answer the open question. So I raised this issue about these lounges,
Mm-hmm.
not only for the fact that I'm enjoying sort of the vibrant development of the London smoking scene, right?
Yes.
But as of yesterday, a new question appeared in my head. And the question is this. Now that we are seeing a spate of pretty excellent, I mean, they are pretty excellent cigar sampling lounges, cigar terraces. There's one or two I haven't been to, the Emory. I haven't been to the Emory. I hear it's got a superb view, and it's you press a button and a cigar goes round and it comes to you. Normally, what I do is I just say, "Can I have a cigar?" and
Oh
the cigar
yes,
just
I've
comes to me.
seen some. Oh yes, I've seen some posts of that.
Right. So some people who have posted that have said that this is possibly the best view in London for a cigar terrace, and everyone
Right.
has their likes and preferences. And by the way, I'm coming very much firmly coming to the opinion that these are different products for different types of cigar smokers, not necessarily one type of cigar smoker. And then
Yeah.
you have nomadic cigar smokers that like to go from terrace to
Right.
sample. You have that. You have a very diverse community here. This community is coming out. They're identifying as cigar smokers. Previously, sort of in the post COVID wokey kind of scenario, a lot of people were abstaining. But in the post woke world, uh, people are coming out. There's more. There's a huge amount of young cigar smokers. There's a few more, not many, but a few more female cigar smokers, and so all these lounges and terraces are catering to what they perceive to be not necessarily a wide audience, but their audience.
Right.
Some of them hit the mark. Some of them, in my opinion, aren't hitting the mark for me, but that's for me. That's a very personal experience. It's a very subjective experience. I think it's hard to say if a cigar lounge is good or bad, to be honest with you, other
Right.
than the quality of product and service. After all that, it's just purely subjective. If you don't like the green curtains, if you don't like the view, if you want privacy, or you don't like the fact they don't serve drinks, these are all your personal choices.
It's also the
Okay.
people though that make the lounge.
I
I mean,
absolutely agree with you, Stephen.
yeah.
I think the product has to be consistent. That you have
Right.
to have a product that is consistent. That's number one. But more than the lounge is the hospitality
Correct.
afforded in these lounges, and it can literally make or break. It can change your perception in the first minute. It can change your perception
Yeah.
when you've got to fuddy duddy old age such as mine. I'm a very sensitive person. I'm a man of very strong likes and dislikes.
Yeah.
Unbelievably, I either like something or totally hate it. And there's no, I can see the gray area in the middle, but I don't exist in the gray area. So when it comes to lounges, I like them, and if I don't like them, I just won't smoke there.
Right. Now let me ask you this, and this is coming from Abdul. He says, "Why did Mansoor stop sampling inside?" And then he said he's sorry for interrupting you, and we told him please interrupt away. But anyway, why did Mansoor
Right.
stop sampling?
Right. So,
I don't know who is that.
Sabur, if I'm not wrong, and if you're referring to OM Cigars and that Mansoor, I believe it is again to do with the regulation within that place, and hence he would be the best person to answer that question.
Gotcha. You know what's? I will say this before we continue down this path. I was invited to another private hef, if you will, or herf from Usman, and not only did I got to hang out with Kirby, but I
Oh yeah,
got to hang out with Eddie.
Eddie and
And
Edwards.
33 of my other closest best friends, apparently.
Yes.
And it was very cool and very interesting to listen to all of them. And no one mentioned you. Anyway, so
did you enjoy?
can I tell you, every time he invites me to the private function on Zoom, I learn a lot because these guys are like, I mean, we enjoy cigars, and I know you guys are like aficionados, and I'm kind of, but the level of their expertise and what they know and what they discuss, I just love it. It's like I just sit there and I work. I have my camera and my mic off, and I work and I listen to them. And I'm like a sponge soaking up knowledge, and I love it. So I learn a whole bunch of things, and it's very cool.
But apart from the knowledge, do you feel, Stephen, like, I mean, I do, so I'm just wondering, it's not just about cigars, it's about the organic discussion that goes around the cigars.
Yes.
You get to meet people, I won't say like-minded people because there's very, very different people, but there's a certain disarming nature of Herfs. I've said this before, it's like a truth serum. You tend to speak what's on your mind when you're smoking a cigar because you're slightly absent from reality. In my opinion, it's an opinion. There's almost one kind of cigar smoker that I don't like. There's one specific kind of cigar smoker that I don't like.
Which is?
Yes.
What?
So, personal choice.
Yeah.
I do not like cigar smokers who smoke cigars for business networking.
Yes, I agree with that.
I do not like the what do you do for a living? What do I, you can do go to a fucking business conference, organize your own thing and have cigar smoking activity.
My only
Cigars?
question is, are those actually cigar smokers?
There's no problem. I have no problem. I have no problem with them per se because there are so many sorts of cigar smokers. There are some cigar smokers that are far beyond my knowledge of cigars. They know stuff about cigars that I have no hope of ever learning or memorizing or whatever it may be, right? You get all sorts. But for me, there's a word that I'd like to use today, crass. I think it's crass when you are engaged in ostensibly a social activity, and cigars is a very personal social activity. I mean, in an organic discussion can go anywhere between 2 or 3 people. There's no problem. But the kind of cigar smokers I kind of have this allergic reaction is they'll sit down in the first minute. The first thing they want to do is this business network. Ostensibly it's young cigar smokers who think that cigar smoking is a business networking tool. That's fine, no problem. But that's not my cigar smoking comfort zone.
Right.
And that goes back to this activity being a sort of downtime activity as opposed to an uptime activity.
Fair enough.
I told this story once. I think we were at the Havana Club in New York, and 3 or 4 of us were smoking cigars, and we actually had a meeting the next day. And there was a guy sitting next to us by himself. And we were like, dude, come join us. And he's like, he was from out of town. He's like, I don't know. He goes, really? I'm like, just sit. We'll cigars. Don't worry. We'll slow. We had slide. We were having a field day. And the next morning, we were there for like 3 or 4 hours and just smoking cigars and talking about absolutely like what you usually do, nothing, right? Just enjoying each other. Everybody's the brotherhood of the cigar.
Blowing hot air.
Blowing smoke with dead leaves, as you like to say. And we went to the meeting the next morning. And the guy that we were supposed to, for lack of a better term, pitch and do the deal with to get approved was the guy we had cigars with that night.
And he wrote the check out straight away. $1 billion.
He basically did. And he said, when we walked in, he went, you guys. And we were like, you. And he's like, I didn't know. I'm like, of course. And it was like we already knew each other. We discussed the finer points of the transaction. And the next day we were signed and done. And without that cigar smoking, I think it would have taken a lot longer, but he just got to know everybody. It was sort of like the whole team was there. We're just smoking cigars, just bullshitting, looking out the window going, oh, look, there's that. Look how pretty. No one said, what do you do? No one really cared. Like, what are you smoking? Where are you from? Oh, you're from the very cool. We're from where. And it was just a very chill thing. And I think the people that say that are under 40, and I think cigars, you go and you try to network and do a deal. You do. But you have to do it in the old world way. And the old world way is, hi, who are you, Steve? Oh, I'm so-and-so. Great. What are you smoking? Oh, that's cool. Blah, 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 blah. Where are you from? Great. And that's it. And then whatever comes up. But it's not like, what do you do for a living? It's like, don't worry about it. We're smoking a cigar. It's like,
a bit like the Japanese. They'll take you out for a round of golf or they'll take you out for dinner.
Yes.
and no, it's not just the Japanese. I'm a little bit stuck in like 30, 40 years ago, right? But the thing is this: to present your personality, to present
Correct.
the honesty inside you, is a different activity, and that can lead to much, much, much better relationships, whether they're business or social or education, whatever it may be, right? But the aggressive, hey, what do you do for a living? What do you do for a living? Oh, I'm in tech.
Right.
That's a different discussion for a different place at a different time in a different way,
Correct.
as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
If I may, I mean, personally, I have a very different vibe about those people. And when I say that vibe, because most of my friends who are like cigar smokers and we've met, and technically till date, in most of the cases, I don't even know what they do. The only
Very
thing
true.
I know, the only thing I know is what cigar. I would definitely know what cigars they like,
Right.
what's their preference of that and all that, because that's the passion we're together for. I
Isn't
don't know
that a
what
good
they
thing?
do, where
Isn't
to
that a good
relate and
thing?
all that stuff. Huh?
Isn't that a good thing?
I love that. I actually love that because there are no hang-ups. I don't really care if he is a millionaire or a billionaire or he doesn't like has anything. It is the passion that brings us together. The
That's right.
entire conversation revolves around that, and the actual purpose of getting your mind off for whatever you were doing to just being there and be in the moment is completely taken care of, and you just forget everything. So like with golf, when you are on the course, one thing which is very clear is, if you really are playing and if you're really on the course, you do not know what the hell has happened in the rest of the world. And
Correct.
that is the beauty of it, because it takes your mind off completely and you come rejuvenated and charged. So is the case with cigars, as long as you are in that kind of a company, and I love that fact about it.
Yeah. Like I won't look at my phone when I have cigars with people. It's like
Fair.
nothing is that important. Like I always tell people, well, whatever I'm doing, whatever deal we're working on, I am not curing cancer. I am
Yeah.
not saving the world. I have enough people that work with me that they can answer a question. And for my 1 hour or 2 hour or 3 hour, however long mini holiday I want to take, we're good. It's the
Yeah.
same when I play golf. I don't pick my phone does not go into the golf cart with me. It stays in
Yeah.
the car.
Stephen,
Right.
I'm a little
Yeah.
bit the opposite. I'm smoking a cigar with you and I'm constantly looking at the phone.
Are you really?
Oh, because you want to be with us here. That's why.
No, I have no choice. Zoom is on my phone.
We're talking about if we're together in person.
Oh, I see. I see.
So,
Yeah.
okay.
These
Right.
days the UFO flies on his side.
Yeah, the UFO will be going over London soon. Yes, no, the nurse will be there soon. Anyway, so,
Thank God.
yeah, right. But no, I think I look at cigar smoking, I guess because my grandfather brought me into it. It's just this old world, not a man thing. Like women can be there, but an old world kind of bonding. It's just you're just hanging out, and that's it. I don't really care. You want to talk politics? Great, we'll talk politics. You want to talk sports? We'll talk sports. You want to talk about cigars? We'll talk about cigars. It's not a big deal. It's just kind of we're just hanging out.
Yeah.
On that note,
Yeah.
actually, there was something interesting that happened at in my visit yesterday to 114 Kensington Cigar Shop.
Right.
Right.
Not only did I find that they had a wet bar downstairs, right? But one of my favorite imaginary activities, which you cannot do anymore, is to sit at the bar with a drink and a cigar.
Oh,
Now that is an activity. So
Missed that.
on Wednesday, I will not sit at one of the chairs. I will sit at the bar, light up, and have a Coca-Cola or a
sorry, what?
Sprite
Oh, I'm sorry. What?
Yeah, well,
or an orange juice.
that's his guilty pleasure.
Okay.
No, but seriously, when you find a really nice bar, the
Yeah.
first thing you want to do is sit at it or lean against it, light up, and have a drink and have that. Very old world, right? And I think I can do it there. I think I can. I asked. They said, "Yeah, let's make that happen." That's been a long time coming.
Yeah. There's a couple of places that I've been through the world where you can do that. But when I have a cigar, sitting at the bar is like if I'm going to eat, I have like my steak, I have my cigar at the bar, I'm good. But if I'm
Oh,
by
that's.
myself, I want to sit. I want to
I
sit in
like you
like a
more,
nice
Stephen.
lounge chair.
Eating at the bar is another activity I love. Eating at
Oh,
the
that's
physical
the
bar.
best. The best.
Okay. Well, but in that case, to me, either it should be steaks or it should be fish and chips. To me, that is like the classic staple.
Well, the steak. I'm
The
a steak
last
guy.
time I sat at a bar, had food, and lit a cigar was at Mango's in Miami on South
Mm.
Beach.
Wow,
And
that's a long time ago.
that was wasn't that long ago. It was 2009. No,
Yeah,
2008.
not longer. Just 15 years. Not long.
2008. I think it was, hang on. It was October 2008. I was sitting at the bar at Mango's. I ordered this deep fried shrimp with garlic, and I had a cigar lit, and I was sitting at the bar, and it was raining a fucking thunderstorm outside.
Once he's done with all his like, the only thing is, if my memory serves and if my calculation serves me right, this is
Well, it doesn't, does it?
This is exactly around 16 years.
Yeah, I was just going to say 16 years ago.
Not old. Not old.
Oh, yeah.
Not old.
Years ago. Yeah,
Just so that you know that Habanos has declared a new category of vintage 10, in which they say 10 years old is a vintage cigar. And you were saying 16 years is not long ago? Oh my God.
You're two vintages already.
Yeah,
I feel like we're back in the 1400s talking about the seasons.
I have to throw little stories like this in order to solidify that I am seriously getting old.
You're not. Listen, you're only as old
acknowledging
as
it
you
and
feel.
owning it.
No, that's crazy talk.
I was talking to someone, and I'm ashamed. I had to reveal your age, and the person was in a shock.
Well,
I don't think any of us are.
I'm 150 years old.
Well, the moment I told the gentleman he is 51 years old or 50 years old.
I'm not 51. I'm 52.
Oh yeah, 50. Okay, yeah. Well, okay. So, and you know, the impression and the expression of that gentleman was like, "Are you sure you're telling me the right thing?"
Who is this? Who is this?
No.
No.
I'm not telling you. But yes. And the
Just
person was like, "Oh no, I do not. I thought."
Is this the person that I'm about to have a smoke with?
Maybe.
Right.
Hey, by the way, I saw that you smoked with Kirby the other day. How was that?
He did not smoke.
Okay, did you imagine that in your head? Because
I thought you guys smoked because you guys had that little picture.
You didn't see any cigars.
That's true. I did see you guys hugging each other, and I was a little
into each other.
What do you mean hugging each other?
There was a little hug there. It was very cute.
They bumped into each other at Franco.
No, we didn't bump into each other. I nailed him doing a dash towards
Eddie's store. Yeah, I was going to say toward Eddie's store. Yeah.
Yeah. I was sitting
but they are meeting a little while after this call.
Oh, so you're smoking with him today?
Yes.
Yeah, possibly.
Does he not like the show? Does he not want to come on? I mean, I'm very hurt. That's all I can say.
He would communicate.
Okay, I'm sure one day. Yeah, Rizik should have been like, you should be on the show, and then we'll go smoke. There you go. So no, I mean, but I'm very much the same way. I don't think anybody knows how. We all know how old Riz is because it was his birthday a couple of weeks ago, and he told us like 19 times. So Usman, no, without giving your age, older or younger than Riza?
Oh,
older.
Obviously younger, and at least by a decade.
Okay, so you're in your 30s. I like it. Good.
No. Not that young. Not that young.
Okay.
Fucking hell! The number of WhatsApp messages that I just keep clearing is ridiculous. It's just ridiculous.
You're popular.
Today's all happening.
For official records, I am 41.
Are you really?
I am.
Wow. You don't look a day over 70. You look good, my friend. You do.
I know. Exactly.
Usman hides under the beard.
I was going to say.
I recommend that Usman does the clean shave and go for the baby face look.
Trust me.
De-age by 10 years. De-age.
Trust me. The moment I see my pictures without the shave or without the beard, I hate them now. It was a long time.
Usman, let's gang up against Stephen. Stephen, how old are you?
I have no problem. I'm 1,000,000 years old.
See?
1 billion years old. Did you say billion? I heard 1 billion.
Let's go with that. I'm 1 billion years old. Yeah, I'm older than both of you.
No, but you okay, so I'll give you a compliment. You look trim, you look young, you look tuxedo jacket or a dinner jacket
Yes,
suits you big time. You need to wear it more often.
I do.
That look is your look. Own it.
I do own it. And when I
Oh, it's good.
and when I
Thank you,
here,
thank you for wearing it today. Then
thank you. And I will tell you this: when I travel, I wear my travel pants, which are like sporty cargo pants with 900 zippers, so you can put all your stuff in it. And then
Yeah.
so American.
I wear like I know.
So-
Then I wear like a black T-shirt, but then I wear this cardigan that's from
and
Japan.
Birkenstocks.
Oh,
You're
No, I'm not.
Birkenstock wearer.
Excuse me. I'm not gay. I wear my Yellowwood Adidas sneakers or trainers, if you will. And then I wear this cardigan from Japan, which is just funky. And I walk through the airport, and people will look and stare. And I either get compliments on my trainers, or I get compliments on the cardigan. And I actually, when I got off the airplane on Sunday, I went right into, like, we went for lunch, and I was still dressed like I just got off the plane. And the waitress kept staring at me, and she finally came over and she goes, "I have to tell you something." And he goes, I love your cardigan." I go, "Thank you very much." So
Well, let's see
I
this
dress like I'm
cardigan. Let's see it.
14.
Let's see it.
I'll wear it next week if you'd like. So there you
Yes.
go. Yeah,
Yes.
there you go. I will dress like I travel.
Sounds like a great plan.
Yeah, I'll dress sporty. So how old do you guys think I am? I mean, I guess I'm a billion, but like if you had a guess,
You're 5 years older than me, no more.
Thanks for that. Okay, good. That's because I work out 6 days a week.
Okay, how old are you?
I wouldn't say that you are more than 55 at the max.
I'm 62.
What?
Yeah, I was born in 1960.
Okay, you do not look like in your 60s at all.
I don't act like it either.
Hang on. You
Yeah,
can't.
here we go.
You were born in 1960.
62. I was born in 1962.
Oh.
Oh, as opposed to in 60 also. 62.
62. So I'm 62. See, I was born in 62 and I am 62.
Wow.
Yeah.
That could be your password on all your sensitive
No, trust me,
materials.
it's not.
Thank you for clarifying
Thank you for playing. I appreciate that this week on Jeopardy. So, but no, I've always, when I was younger, I looked older, and now that I've gotten older, I look younger. I think part of it's diet. I think a lot of it's scotch and cigars. I have no stress, and the other part is I act like I'm 5 all the time, and I don't care. I don't dress like I'm in my 60s. I like to dress. I don't want to say hip and cool, but I like to dress stylish. Yeah, I like to dress stylish, and then I make sure I work out. Anywhere from 4 to 6 days a week, depending on my schedule, for an hour every morning. And even when I travel, I work out.
That's what makes a difference. That's what makes a lot of difference.
Yeah.
Can I ask you a question for the purpose?
I look like in my 50s because of this reason. I don't work out unfortunately.
Yes, go ahead.
You're
and I've been
40,
salt and pepper since I'm 20.
Usman, you're 41, right?
He's 41.
Yes, sir.
So almost, let's say 42. There's 20 years between us at 10-year gaps.
That's very true.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, and that is one other beauty of the cigar smokers. It doesn't matter. It's the company that you get into and the passion that binds us all together, regardless of where we are from, what background.
What is your date of birth?
19th of March, 1983.
What are you trying to do? Get into his bank account? So, what's your mother's maiden name, by the way?
That's exactly why I told him the wrong one. Don't worry about it. He knows I'm an Aries, but I told him the different month. So
there you go.
What's your first pet? What's the name of your first pet?
What's your mother's maiden name? What's your first pet? Yeah.
He's reminding me all of those Yahoo questions that we had when we made the first ever email account.
Okay, that's a good one.
Yeah.
First email account. Give me the year of your first email account. Stephen, go.
1994. American Online or whatever it's called.
AOL.
Yep.
American Online. AOL.
Yep.
1994. Usman, the first year of your email account.
1998. Yahoo.com. What was yours? You've forgotten after asking questions?
So the year of my first email account would have been 1996.
Wow.
but I don't have that email anymore. But I do remember Rocket Mail. Do you guys remember
Yes.
Rocket Mail?
Yes.
I
Of
remember
course.
Rocket Mail and Hotmail and all of that stuff.
And
Yeah.
Yahoo,
And
I-
Yahoo.
AOL?
Yep.
But
I've
Rocket,
never,
so these were like ostensibly the free email providers. They were
yeah,
obviously
I mean,
paid.
at that time it was Hotmail, Yahoo, Rocket Mail, AOL, and there used to be another one. I'm forgetting the. So I have not actually tried to log in or check if Yahoo still exists.
Yahoo still exists. Yes.
Okay,
It does.
so I would one day try and log into my account, because I remember a few years ago I changed the password and all that stuff. Excuse me.
Well, you're not
But
smoking, so why are you coughing?
Because he's not smoking.
well,
Ah,
because
there you go.
I'm still unwell.
It's not,
Get well
well,
soon. Usman,
yes.
get well soon.
Get well
Next
soon.
week.
That's why he can't come to his Lazabomb. You don't feel good. He can't go when
Yeah.
you're sick. That's his excuse why he can't come. So, and I did, by the way, I did text David while we were on air and said, David, we need to change the red to green velvet. So we'll see what we get next week for the background.
But she wore blue velvet.
You wanted green.
The only
No, we do
problem
want
is
green. I want blue, but let's go with green for the reason.
the only
Okay.
problem is the reason he's gotten green is gonna happen. The green is gonna happen. I'm not sure whether his reason is gonna get fulfilled or not.
Well, we'll see.
I'm wearing green today. Can you see I'm wearing green tweed today?
Yeah, right.
Yes, you're very dapper. You're very dapper
He
today.
wants a green. He wants a green velvet, and I
Ah.
know why he said that.
Okay.
The only thing is, I'm sure David will do his job. He won't.
There's a shocker. So actually, David's going to have on Tuesday, he's going to have surgery on his mouth
Oh.
because apparently he broke his tooth or something. So Monday, he was laughing. He said, I'm doing a show with you on Monday. Tuesday, I have surgery. I should be good by Friday. And I'm like, well, this will be interesting. So we won't be able to talk. So I'm like, well, this works well. So I'm happy for that. So, that'll be very, very good. But yeah, no, it's but yeah, so that's why when I talk old school, old world, and we talk about like cartoons and things, I actually remember my cartoons, not reruns. I saw the real when we talk about Scooby Doo's and whatever. It's the real stuff. Here you go. CIO Brazilian Amazon as always.
Don't
Hey,
jealous me, boys. Don't jealous me.
And by the way, Davidoff, I just want to let you know, you suck. I'm still waiting. They've sent me another email about, hey, would you like to, us to contact you for the astrology cigars or the year of the tiger cigars and all that. I'm like, sure.
Zodiac.
Sorry, thank you. Zodiac cigars. And I sent it and I filled out another form and I'm thinking, how many more forms do I have to fill out, Davidoff? So at this point,
Well, it's a bit like it's like claiming an insurance policy.
Hmm.
The more you want it, the more hurdles you'll jump to get it.
Can I tell you at this point, I don't want it unless they send it to me for free because I don't like to have to beg someone to take my money.
I have a better idea. Why don't you hold your breath until they send it to you?
I'm gonna hold my I'm gonna hold my breath until their face turns blue. Yes, that's exactly what I'm gonna do. So yeah, but yeah, no, I was just thinking to myself. I mean, you're supposed to be this. We talk about cigars being a luxury brand, right? You're supposed to be this luxury brand, and you're Davidoff, and you're this and you're that. You can't get your shit together. I mean, like, come on, like you're not a luxury brand. You're just a cheap cigar like everybody else.
Agitation
No, just
in the air.
Straight honesty. Old school, old world. You can't get your shit together. Honesty. Like if I'm going to spend, whether it's I don't know if it's $500 or $5,000, if someone's going to spend that kind of money and they send you an email, I am calling them or emailing them the next day, if not that day.
I know what will coerce them to take you more seriously.
Yeah.
So you get on a plane, you come to London, you walk straight into David and say, look, I came just to tell you guys that you've been slacking. You've been slacking. The dynamic will change.
You know what I could do next time we have the private.
I think a cheaper option would be here flying to New York into the Davidoff's cigars.
There's a Davidoff here, there's a one in Houston. I could drive there. But my point of it is that, hello, then send me emails asking me if I want something and then not respond. It's the dumbest thing in the world. And even their customer service online sucks. Like they're the worst. I mean, I like the smokes. Don't like the customer service. I'm very underwhelmed with it kind of is like, I don't want it anymore. It's like, I'm done with it. Now I'm
Stephen,
just complaining.
may I make a humble request?
Oh, please.
Let's not slag off cigar manufacturers.
Oh,
Oh,
someone's got considerate today.
yes. Because you're going to be a sponsor. So he's like, Dina, I love Davidoff. You're the best brand ever. I wish Dina was still alive. The Camacho is the best cigar out there.
Oh
Every
shit!
Davidoff is the best. I love them all. So yes,
I
I
like to
retract.
fuck them all equally. They can all fucking go and jump.
Oh my god!
Except CAO, Brazilian Amazon.
That
Which of
first, that
course,
one can go and fucking jump first.
no, there's a beautiful. You've never even had one of these.
Oh, the worst cigar I've ever had was by CAO. I showed you the
Not
band,
the.
the long
I
band.
know you showed me, but you didn't have this one. The
Yeah.
CAO
I
Brazilian
must have
Amazon.
had this one
No, this is a
No.
very
years. I'll
No,
find it
this is
somewhere. I'll find when I do that dip. I think did that dip go down well? The dip into the cigar bands and the pulling out. I'm sure I'll find one of those in there somewhere.
if you can find one, cool. If not, when I come there, I will bring you one, or in
No,
your case, I have to bring you like 7, so
look
you
that
can enjoy them.
I think Usman just exploded with anger just now.
I think you know what it is. It's the UFO gods again. I hate when they do that to him. They just come and they do the whole. There he is. He's back. You're on mute. You have to unmute yourself. Here, I'll do it for you.
there was
There you go.
there was no UFO god. I actually went to pick
Oh,
up.
here he goes. He's got a book.
So the first time I had a CEO Brazilian Amazon was the 28th of June 2020.
Okay.
My comments on this was a very good cigar with very smooth draw and creamy white ash made my drive pleasurable from Saiwal to Lahore. I still remember
Wow.
this big day.
Oh, look,
And
he's got the look. We got to zoom in. Look at that.
You see
That's a
that's
beauty.
you're a cool customer. Now you see you just melted it all.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful to see that someone takes that so seriously.
and even if you say when I say this about the JFRs,
Uh-huh.
it clearly says JFR Titan smoked at this place, very strong, couldn't even finish, completely crap.
That's paper on paper action there.
I love it. That is great. So for all you kids out there learning to be cigar guys, that is like someone who's a wine aficionado. They write down, they keep the labels and write everything. Where Riza and I just enjoy the cigar. We don't really make tasting notes.
Thank you very much for like whacking me in the face, but okay, fine, get it.
I said that you're a cigar aficionado. You are true, not us. We just smoke cigars and keep bands. You have a book with cigars and whatnot in them. I mean, that's impressive.
Actually, the thing is, I've started to go through this, and I was like, oh damn, I used to do a lot of stuff. Okay, fine, I'm putting it away.
I thought it was very cool. You don't see that often. That's nice.
No, I mean, and I've told you, I have this habit. I mean, I prefer things in physical presence, and as I like to see, Raza knows, and by now I'm sure you also know, and you would have figured out. I prefer to have the text and the theory of things, and to learn more of that, which is why Raza knows that the only asks I make most of the times is, oh, this book and that book. In addition to the occasional cigars, but because of that's just a habit. I love to have that, and because that allows me to read something and learn more about it.
Right.
The things that I'm passionate about, yes, there would be a lot of things I have no knowledge about, and the reason is I'm not really keen about them. I mean, a lot of friends. Raza knows there's a friend of ours who was there in London a few days ago as well. He has been after my life for like God knows now a couple of years. Why don't I invest into good watches and all that stuff? And I was like, listen, my problem is I don't understand them. I have a few of them. A couple of them I purchased, a few of them were gifts, and that's basically it. But I don't even use them anymore, and they're just like the occasional usage. Why should I do that? And plus, when I don't understand them, I don't know about them, and to me, all of them look like the same. I'm sorry.
That's true. Yeah, I agree. Yeah,
Gentlemen,
it's a yes.
May I exit the show, or are
Well,
we
we
wrapping
just
it up?
why don't we end the show? Why
No,
don't we
there's a reason. Only for the reason is I have to get to the next.
Shall I say what you
Gig.
say to the others when they have to do this?
Do that again. Do that again. Do that again. No,
No, it
let's all
doesn't.
do it at the same time. Let's all do it at the same time.
But don't confuse the cameras. It does. See, only
That's because
it's
you have
only,
to turn it on. If you turn, I think you're on your phone. It's not on. If you turn it on, it does. You can do everything by gestures.
yeah. So on my phone it works.
Okay.
On the laptop it doesn't.
Oh, see, on my laptop it works. My phone it doesn't.
Can I ask you both a question
Yes, you
Yes.
can.
for a short?
Yes.
Now, you're both going to have to think about this. I'll
Where
ask
do you
Stephen
live?
first because in my universe, Stephen is his window is nestled on the top. Ferrari F40 or Ferrari F50?
He's
You asked us
asking
this last week. The same question.
Steven, it's okay. It's Alzheimer's kicking in. It's fine.
Okay.
Let's
Yeah.
F40. His Highness F40.
Yeah, we both. I said F40 last week because it was the last one that Enzo designed.
Yeah.
Well, and that's where you'll see the F40.
Yeah, and thank you very much. And I will tell you, this week I was with a LaFerrari, whatever, the convertible LaFerrari, and that, my friend,
Aperta. The
Aperta, thank you very
LaFerrari
much.
Aperta.
The LaFerrari, and that is always a beautiful car. And that's a lot nicer and easier to drive than an F40, but it's still not an F40.
And it will never be.
No, but
And it will never be.
no, but it's still it was beautiful. And then there was, I was I was at a private car collection, Tuesday, and
Okay.
they were taking me around. There was the LaFerrari. I was crying. It was just so beautiful. And I didn't even take my phone out because I didn't even want to ask. I was just fortunate enough to happen to be there. And they were just showing me all the cars. And I was like, beautiful. I was just gorgeous. So, yeah. So it was very nice to be in with the prancing ponies and the Paganis and the Bugattis and the this and the that. It was like, nice collection.
I
But
hate
yeah,
one thing. I hate one thing. And it's because,
Sure.
and it happened again just now. I
What
hate
happened?
it when you lift your glass and the coaster comes up with the glass and then falls off.
Wow, you have real first world problems, don't you?
Oh yes.
No,
Of course.
everywhere on the planet, it doesn't matter. When you lift your glass
Yeah.
and the coaster and it falls and you go,
I
It's
feel bad.
alright.
It's okay. You're going to go smoke with Kirby now. So we see
Yeah.
how it is. You're done with us for today. I
Yeah.
see. So everybody, before we leave, thank you for watching. We'll see you next
Absolutely.
Saturday morning. And don't forget to subscribe and like. Tell your friends. We rebroadcast this in about 2 hours, so the people that missed it live can watch it rebroadcasted throughout the week. If you want us to cover a subject or if you want to tell us something, feel free. And we'd like to thank all the fans for actually making us the fastest, which is funny. On YouTube, our numbers don't look good, but on every place else, like LinkedIn and other places we post, our numbers are 1,000 times higher than what's on YouTube. So we really are becoming the fastest cigar show on the planet, but just not on YouTube, which is very funny. So go figure. So there you go.
Thank you very much, everyone. It has been an absolute pleasure as always.
Yes.
And I hope by next week I am smoking and I've recovered. Yeah.
Feel better. Gentlemen, it's always a pleasure. Everybody, a pleasure. Have a wonderful Saturday morning or afternoon, wherever you are. And don't forget, enjoy your smokes.
Sure. Bye-bye.